No Tamer lasted an hour with the Emperor's broken dragon until a veteran single dad walked in. In the heart of the Empire of Kaeldar, within the obsidian walls of the royal taming grounds, a monstrous legend thrashed in chains. in.HFY, once the fiercest of the Emperor's skyborn dragons, in.HFY had shattered battlefronts and burned cities with single roar. But after a mysterious ambush 5 years ago that left her wounded, she returned a broken creature, unruly, violent, and mourning. No one could touch her without nearly dying. Dozens of elite tamers from every province had tried. None lasted longer than an hour before being tossed, burned, or broken. Then came Kalen Varric, a man long forgotten by the court, a war veteran, and most of all, a single father. He wasn't dressed in silver armor or flowing robes like the others. His clothes were simple. Worn boots, a leather coat patched at the elbows. A dragon bite scar ran down his neck to his collarbone. And at his side, gripping his hand tightly, stood a girl no older than 10. His daughter, Elira. The nobles sneered as Kalen entered the taming grounds. "Is this the Emperor's joke?" one whispered. A washed-up soldier and his child? But Kalen wasn't listening. His eyes were fixed on the beast ahead, in.HFY, chained in obsidian restraints, her crimson scales dull by grime and blood. Her golden eyes locked onto him with hatred and pain. The gate slammed shut behind him. The clock began. Kalen took a deep breath. Then he dropped to one knee, reaching into his coat, not for a whip, not for a spell scroll, but for something soft, a cloth bundle. He unwrapped it slowly and revealed a small, charred medallion. "in.HFY," he said calmly. "Do you remember this?" The dragon hissed, her wings flaring. Kalen held his ground. "I was there," he continued, 5 years ago. Blackridge. I rode beside your rider, Commander Sarah. I saw what happened." in.HFY let out a low growl. "She died protecting the refugees, and you tried to protect her, but they betrayed you both. The Empire left you behind. They called you broken, dangerous." He stepped closer. The dragon tensed. "She wasn't just your rider. She was your bond. You didn't just lose a commander. You lost family." The onlookers expected fire to erupt at any moment, but in.HFY paused. Her wings folded slightly. Her snarl faltered. Then Kalen did the unthinkable. He sat down. "I know what that's like," he said quietly. "To lose someone. To be called too broken to protect anyone else." He looked over at the high wall where Elira was watching, clutching the bars. Her eyes were wide, but she didn't look afraid. "She's all I have left," Kalen whispered. "After the war, after my wife died, I had nothing but her, and I've spent every breath making sure she never feels the weight I carry." in.HFY tilted her head. Her eyes flicked to Elira. Kalen held out the medallion again. It shimmered slightly in the sun, a fragment of Sarah's command sigil, warped by fire. "I kept it," he said, "because she was brave, because she loved you." The dragon's breath stirred the dust around Kalen. Her claw twitched. Then slowly, so slowly, in.HFY stepped forward. Her chains rattled, but she didn't lunge. She sniffed the medallion. Her great head lowered until it rested against the earth beside Kalen. The silence outside was deafening. 53 minutes. No one had lasted longer than 10 before. Kalen didn't move. He simply kept speaking softly. He spoke of Sarah, of the war, of flying, of grief, of love. When the hour struck, in.HFY was no longer snarling. She was listening. Then Kalen did something that made even the Emperor rise from his seat. He reached out and placed a hand on the dragon's snout. in.HFY let him. A collective gasp echoed through the arena. Kalen turned toward the stunned nobles and generals. "You've tried commands, whips, spells. But this creature didn't need taming," he said. She needed healing. The Emperor met him after. Alone. You understand what this means, don't you? The Emperor said. You command armies. Ride again. Led my aerial division. Kalen looked down at his daughter, who was now stroking Ashfang's scaled foreleg fearlessly. I didn't come for a crown, he said. I came because I saw a creature left to die alone. Like I was. The Emperor nodded slowly. Then what do you want? Kalen smiled. A place to raise my daughter. Somewhere Ashfang can fly again. And peace. Ashfang flew over the city weeks later. Her first flight since Blackridge. The people cheered. The court sang Kalen's praises. But he didn't care for titles. He was just a father. And Ashfang? She wasn't broken anymore. She had found family again.